Hi, Keisha. Thank you for your post about domestic violence within the church. I thought you made a really good point about both parties involved needing to get help. I think it's always the most obvious that the victim needs help and to be supported. But I think you made a really good point about the abuser also needing help and understanding what's really the underlying issue there, and hopefully them getting help and making changes and not continuing with that pattern. So I thought you made a really good point about that. And I don't know if you've heard of a woman named Nagme. I don't know how to say her last name, or I would give you her full name. But she was the wife of Saeed. I don't know if you remember, he was held a prisoner overseas, and she did this whole movement to have him released. It was called Free Saeed, and there were just millions of people praying for him. And right before he was actually going to be released after all these years, it came out that he actually was an abuser towards Nagme, and she wasn't really fully believed at first, and so I think it's come out that it was accurate, but at that beginning time she wasn't fully supported. And so she speaks out now in support of just speaking up for victims of domestic violence, and especially within the church. So I thought that was interesting. And so she really advocates and encourages leaders in how they can reach out and be supportive to people in their congregation. So let's see. So I found an article where the researchers analyzed narrative data from pastors in relation to how they dealt with situations of domestic violence within their congregations. They found that actually none of the pastors felt adequately equipped to counsel the victims of abuse. And it was noted that when there were children involved, that the pastors would call Child Protective Services, but like I said, they didn't feel prepared for counseling these congregants. So I think it definitely brings to light the need for training for pastors in the area of domestic violence, at least at a basic level, in order to know how to come alongside victims of domestic violence and how to deal with that within the church body. So anyways, thank you for sharing your research.